That's a safe gauge right there.
Poop pipe and all.
Good morning. It's going to be round 2 on our off-road games Jeep. And we've got... What are you doing?
Shedding weight.
I said this was going to be a lightweight vehicle, not a Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese is lightweight.
At this point, you might as well just cut all this out.
Yeah.
Alright, it's going to be round 2 on our off-road games Jeep today. And what we want to do today is make some roll cage for this thing. As you can see, oh man, that thing is light. Look at that. You can just see how light it is. Everything here is made with poop pipe. I think I told you guys in the last episode. Not only that, but it's not welded on the backside. None of the welds are finished on the backside back there. So we need to take care of that. Since we removed the roof and all the structure back here, we need to add cage to protect the passengers and the driver, of course. Not just the passenger, but so we want to protect just this area mostly. So I think we'll start with a tube here and then we'll figure it out from there. Trying to do as little tube as possible, but still be safe. All right, so whoever did this before, they did put a 2x4 rocker here, which is really nice. What is that? That's about an 1/8 inch. Not too bad. What we need to do though is cut this out because the bar is going to come straight down here, and unless we want to kick it way out to the edge, we'll just go straight to that rocker. We'll cut out, do a little more weight savings. What you got?
Saw.
All right. Should we just do like they did and not cope anything? We'll just do like that and weld the gap.
Go for it.
They had a really decent welder. The welds look really good, but they didn't cope anything. They didn't notch anything. It's just tube stuck up against there like that and then welded. Create more weight savings.
More for safety, but it's kind of dual purpose, I guess.
That could have been a traction step.
Could have been.
One down. All right, Josh, can you sit in the driver's seat for me? So we need to make a seat belt harness bar that goes across here, and you want to do that just below the shoulder. So I'm gonna say right about here. So what we'll do is we'll put the harnesses through here, and that means the seat belt bar is going to be right about there. So that works out just perfect. The seat belt will be able to go right through here, up and over. You don't want it too high, because if it's too high and you roll over, you'll just fall and hit the ceiling. You don't want it too low, because if you get in an accident, head-on collision, it'll compress your spine, because as you're going forward, it'll shrink you down. Thank you.
We need a new cushion. The seat like rolls you to the outside of the vehicle.
Needs a little bit of work. Maybe we'll just steal these seats out of Jeff's Jeep over here. Josh, if you mess up on your welds, I'm gonna blame it on not having any gloves.
I wouldn't blame it on not having any gloves.
Letting Josh get some practice in on his cage welding abilities there. We'll see. You looking good so far? Okay, so when you're doing this, you want to notch one side, and then you'll come over here and just eyeball the other side, and it looks like it's going to be right there. That's the edge of the notch, and then oh, that's hot. We will mark this angle here, and then we'll mark the way that we're going to cut, which is this way. And we'll do the same thing down here. Okay. You're gonna have sunburned hands tomorrow.
It's my face that gets burnt, man. It's already done.
Cool. Okay, Josh, are you ready for this?
Yep.
Right now, I weigh 157 with my clothes on. We've used about 3/4 of that tube maybe, and we forgot to weigh them individually. So what I want to do is weigh an entire 20-foot stick of this, then we'll divide that up and figure out how much we're adding back. Once we get finished, we'll see. We'll use these 2 sticks.
Just look it up.
Let's see if it's accurate. This one might weigh more because it's got bugs in it. 197. 50 pounds?
I don't know how much you weigh.
I told you. 157.
197. 40 pounds.
40 pounds. Okay, we got 40 pounds for this stick, and this stick is 24 feet. So, what's the math on that, math guy?
Hey Google, what is 40 divided by 24?
40 divided by 24 is approximately 1.67.
1.67 pounds per foot. So then we just have to measure how many feet we use.
Yeah.
Let's write that down so we remember. You guys have to keep me accountable to keep track of this. 1.67. All right, let's see if we cut these right. All right, looking good so far. Need to complete that X right here and then figure out where our next tube is gonna go. All right, we've got our X, we've got our harness bar. Next up, we need to figure out what other tubes we need, if any, which I think we should do something. Let's see. So, if you're in an accident and you rolled over, right here is gonna be the next weakest link protecting you. And if you were to take a hard hit too, everything could just kind of shift backwards like this. We need some sort of triangulation going this way or that way, or something to keep it from just folding like that. Where's a tape measure? Is there a tape measure right there? What if we had a bar going like that and then going like that? It wouldn't look very good, but it would at least protect you with the fewest amount of tubes.
What if we went to the same place?
You wouldn't be able to get out. You'd be trapped in here forever. I think too, having some sort of protection over your head just in case you were to roll over and there would be a rock or a tree or something that wanted to just come right through this large opening would probably be beneficial. Technically, to get what we're looking for, instead of going this way, we could go back, but there's nothing substantial back there.
No.
The entire floor of this Jeep rusted through at some point and it's all just been repaired. It's not on there very tight. All right, we think we've come up with a solution. It's not gonna look pretty, but it's gonna be the simplest, most effective way to keep this thing from crushing in and still being able to get in and out. So it looks really ridiculous, but you're not gonna hit your head on it, yet it is gonna keep you in if you were to have a really hard rollover. And you can still get in and out pretty easy, just like that.
It only looks weird because it's not conventional, because for some reason that doesn't look weird.
That doesn't look weird, but at the same time it doesn't protect you. If we were to land completely upside down, this whole thing just wants to crush back like this, and having a bar that way will keep that from happening with only one bar and not having to add 1,000 bars like you would see on a rock bouncer or something. Let's try it. This thing's not pretty anyway. Oh yeah, that's gonna look great. Okay, this cope's getting very complex now, so I'm gonna use this tool from 911 Motorsports to pick up on the cope.
I have a Gretchen.
What are you saying? Gretchen?
Yeah. Cinderella.
What do you guys think we should name this thing? We're trying to come up with names.
Fugly Wugly.
Fugly Wugly. So I'll take that and I'll cope that onto this tube here.
Do you have a coping mechanism?
No.
My therapist gives me lots of coping mechanisms.
Well, maybe you should be able to do this. Perfect then.
If they don't work.
Stop it. Get some help.
You know what I just did? I just started cutting on our practice tube, or like little short tube that I used to take the measurement, but I didn't actually cut the long tube. What a dummy. Alright, I got the full thing this time. Let's try this again. Pretty dang close. Maybe you could cope a little better. Okay, what do you think of that?
Beautiful.
Can we get in? Oh yeah.
Can't fall out.
You have to lean over the bar to look at your tire.
Whatever. Not gonna need to look at it. It's just gonna go. Boop, boop, boop.
Just gonna go.
Just gonna go.
That's a safe gauge right there.
Poop pipe and all.
Oh yeah. That's looking pretty good.
It's a sexy machine.
Okay, you ready to see this awesomeness on this side? Right there. Right there. Ta-da! Fits in like a puzzle piece.
Like a Lego.
We're gonna be so safe. So here I would just weld most of it and then tap that with a hammer, knock it over, and then weld in there. Got a UFO hovering out there. It's an unidentified drone, UAW. Sounds like a helicopter, but I couldn't see it for sure, so you never know. Could just be a drone making helicopter noises.
That looks terrible.
When anybody asks, you welded it.
Last weld's always the worst. How it goes.
It should be the best. Last weld should be the best, because you had a lot of practice. All right, so that's what we came up with, guys. It looks pretty good. If you keep your arms and legs in there, you're gonna be able to roll this thing. I give it a 10 roll. Specify cages and number of rolls that it can take. I give this one a 10 roll.
How high could you drop it on its roof?
8 feet.
8 feet.
Oops. It's always nerve-wracking because we have to put people who are not accustomed to Jeeps in these things, and sticking arms out is just one of those things that if you're not familiar with rolling over, it's just kind of an instinct to put your arm out. In this case, if you were gonna roll, your first instinct would be either to put your arm out or to put your leg out. Oh, that would be really bad if you got your arm stuck in there.
Yeah.
Don't do it, folks. Keep your arms in the vehicle. So we used 2 full sticks minus this. Josh, you got the calculator out. Each stick was how many? 24 feet? I'm gonna say that's about, let's say 4 feet. 44 feet times 1.67, I think is what we decided. And I think that's all the tube we're gonna add. Maybe some gussets here and there, but other than that, we're finished with the tube work. That went pretty quick because all the pieces are straight.
73 and a half.
73 and a half pounds.
My goal, since the last time we weighed everything, I'm trying to lose as much weight as we added on the cage.
A whole bucket in there. Got some things here. You even took the hinges off for the hood. Should we weigh it?
It's not there yet.
Oh,
17.
17 pounds. So you just need another 60. We could take all the oil out and all the water. That'd be 60 pounds right there.
Empty fuel tank.
Do a Freedom winch line and take off about 10 pounds right here.
Where?
You guys might be wondering, you said we had to do springs, coil springs front and rear, and we don't have coil springs. Well, we're gonna take care of that. So technically, we don't need from where the coil springs back are going to mount. I think we would regret that because we'll lose a lot of our storage, because we'll then have to move the gas tank inside, which will make our storage have to go upward rather than low. We need all the storage. You gotta have tools. You gotta have props. Flamethrowers again this year.
We're gonna have flamethrower mount. Tools go right here.
That's where the gas tank would have to go if we moved it. I think we should just keep it like this. We'll see once we get everything done. Oh, I see a weld that got missed.
Oh, I see it.
All right, it's late. We're gonna call it a night, but stay tuned because in the next video, we've got some surprises from Iron Rock. If you're savvy, I think you might have caught it. It's gonna go in the rear. We'll see you next time.